welcome. This is the Indiana on Tap podcast. I'm Sarah, and I am here with Jason from Books and Brews, owner and founder, and we are coming to you from Creative Zombie Studios, sponsored by Bottoms Up.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. So today we are drinking the Ghost Lager from Grand Junction.
Shout out Grand Junction.
Yeah, out of Westfield. So, and pardon me if I seem a little awkward, but Adam is not here today, and this is my first time ever leading a podcast. So, thanks for enduring this with me, Jason.
I'm here for you.
I certainly appreciate it.
Drink some beers. We'll have some fun.
Loosen up.
We'll do some talking.
Get in the groove.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we usually start out like, what was like your favorite beer that you drank over the past week?
Well, let me take a sip of this.
Okay.
Just to make sure. I want to make sure. Maybe this might be it.
Okay. Let me know.
It's very good. It is it's a little more on the bitter end. I like it though. Good fruitiness.
It's good.
I like it. I'm trying to think. I had this week what I had. I did.
What happened?
Yeah. What had happened was I bought some beers at the store and I drank them. Hop Collector from Taxman.
Ooh, I do like that one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
The Belgianness with like uber grapefruit. I dig it. Before that, I also bought a bomber of 18th Street's Villain. It's a double IPA. It's kind of like a knock your socks off. All you need is a Villain, something like that. It was one of their stopped by the Big Red that's by my house. I live in Nora, the Castleton area. So I stopped there, and they had a great selection of 18th Street. So
really,
yeah, I had that buyer fatigue. You ever get that like back in the movie stores, movie rental stores back in the day? You're like, hey, let's rent a movie, and then you're in there for like 45 minutes because you can't decide.
And then you just walk out without a movie.
Yeah,
you're like, I just can't.
I feel the same way when I go to the liquor store, but I don't walk. I walk out with lots and lots of beer. So they had at least like 8 18th Street bombers. So I was super pumped up about that, and I just had a tough time deciding on how much money I wanted to spend too. But no, so that was good. Double IPA from 18th Street.
Okay.
Those are the two big beers I drank this week. Besides all of the brews I took down from my own establishment.
Yeah, the fine beers from Books and Brews.
Shout out Brian, head brewer.
He does a great job.
Small shout, a little shout to Max and Josh. They do all right.
Yeah, well, I know you're upset with Max, and we don't have to talk about that. So
yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Save it for later. What about your beers?
Gosh, so I'm not trying to suck up. Trust me.
Oh no, do please.
The Wicker Man IPA. From Books and Brews.
Oh yeah, Wicker Man.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
What was the one that just went off though?
Sponsored by Uber, the Wicker Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah.
What was the other one that you guys had on the Hop It? Oh my God, that was so good. I think I talked about that in the last podcast.
Both of which are double IPAs.
Yeah, the Hop It kicked my ass like several times. I was like, ooh.
Oh, the Hop It's great. So again, what had happened was, when you're buying hops on a commercial scale, usually the lowest amount that you're going to get is 11 pounds. So in being a nano brewery, like we are, nano brewery meaning we're brewing 2 barrels or less. It's loosely defined in the industry, but like 2 to 3 barrels or less per batch. We don't go through that much. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to get these huge hop contracts like a lot of these breweries would do. They'll go into Hop Union or some of these, massive producers of hops, and they'll get thousands of pounds of hop contracts for the next 15 years. So like literally Citra hops, which is extremely popular, that is sold out from Hop Union and Country Malt and all these for until like 2025. Like you can't get a contract, but a lot of those breweries, what they do is they overbuy, because they think, we're either going to keep producing more beer or we just need it and we'll just sell it off like commodities, which is a fine, if you have the money to do that, that's a pretty decent business tactic. So there's a website called the Lublin Exchange. Shout out. This is great for like small breweries like us. So what they do is they'll break down their extras for the year and they sell them online. So it's sort of like an eBay for hops, but very specific. So, sorry, it's a long story.
No, please proceed.
But Wakatu, I'm terrible at pronouncing things in general, so if I pronounce it wrong, I apologize. It's from New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand, not Australia. One of the two. It doesn't make a difference. The point is, being the kind of small brewery we are, the good thing for us is that we don't need a lot of hops. So and so we don't need a lot of really any one ingredient. So that makes it easy to experiment. So we don't have to feel like we need to buy, we're not doing a 30, 60 barrel brew. So we don't need to buy like 200 pounds of some hop that we've never used before. So we'd never used that hop before. So we bought 11 pounds off of somebody somewhere in the U.S. And so we had it, and we're like, we want to brew a beer with it. Let's just do a double IPA that's just hop with this hop, and we'll get an idea of what it tastes like. But the flip side is, so we're brewing a double IPA, and like in the recipe, there's like 6, 7 pounds. We have 11. We don't really have this hop and anything else coming up. We're just like, you know what? Am I allowed to swear? I can't remember if I'm allowed to swear.
Yes, you're allowed to swear.
So I'm like, fuck it. We're just going to put all 11 pounds in it, just in it to win it. And then whatever we had left, whatever we had left at the end of the boil, we're just like, what do we do? Because we usually just do like, let's say, pound and a half to 2 pounds per barrel to dry hop. Maybe not even that, maybe like a pound per barrel to dry hop. And we're just like, we got like 4 pounds left. Just put them all in there. We have nothing else we're going to do with it. Just put them all in there.
It's going to be fun. Just be like, oh, fuck
yeah,
it.
yeah, just dump it in.
Whatever.
Just dump it in. Yeah, that's fine. So that's what the Hop It was. That's what it came out. Hop It was a trivia winner name. One of the fun things we do, although we've been holding off because we're trying to catch up. But if you win trivia on Wednesday nights, we let our fans, the people who win trivia, name beers. Now we have to tell them to do it loosely, so they're not like pegging us into some hard to brew beer style, But so Hop It was a trivia winner name. And then anyway, Wicker Man was one that actually, one of our pots, we double boil. One of our pots, the heating elements burned out. So luckily it was our second runnings. So we were like, well, this IPA is now double IPA. And we just used the first runnings and just dumped all the hops we were going to use in the second pot. We just put them all into one pot. And that was the result.
So the name was not a Nicolas Cage reference?
Well, it is a Nicolas Cage
reference.
reference.
What I thought. I was like...
Well, we're just Wicker Man, and there's some fire involved. We thought not that nothing caught fire in the brew house, but like the heating elements burned out.
Yeah,
that was my little haha. And since Max, our assistant brewer, shout out Max, a little bit shout out Max. I'm still mad at you, Max. Max said we have a podcast called Nano Brew. Max,
yes,
he didn't want a podcast this week. He totally bitched out. So
Murder Shoes Max.
Murder Shoes Max. Yeah. AKA Bruno Mali, AKA Murder Shoes, AKA Mixmaster Balls from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes, I love his little phone thing.
Yeah, he's got his hip hop air horn on his phone.
Yeah. It's almost weird it's almost weird podcasting with you without them here, because I'm on your guys' podcast sometimes, and I don't know.
Well, it's just a total. I mean, the noise in the room is ridiculous. Because
no, I know.
It's just like trying to talk with two hype men. So like every word's just like, shout out, what's up?
And then you guys are all trying to like talk over each other, and it's like the sound is like spiking on the computer all the time.
Yeah, and Max is always trying to work in Nick Cage references or like something about Tom Cruise, or something like X-rated, ridiculous. So yeah, if you listen to our podcast Nano Brew, it's rated earmuffs because there's a lot of inappropriate discussion.
Yeah, if you listen to the last Indiana on Tap podcast, we were talking about Merkins.
Oh yeah, and you brought it over onto
the. I came over to Books and Brews later, and I was so thrilled that I knew a term that you guys didn't know, and I know I showed you a lot of very lovely pictures of Merkins.
Girl, yeah, that made our don't Google this of the week sponsored by Google is Merkin.
I was like trying to find pictures.
Gross.
Yeah. So
the only thing grosser than the idea is the actual pictures online.
Google it, everybody. Google Merkin.
I'll save it. It's a pubic toupee. I'll save you the time. It's absurd, and then there's like a lot of I don't know, like
styles.
Styles. That's what I'm looking for. They're like themed in various like Halloween. It's a Halloween based, I guess. Part of your costuming. You can have Chewbacca, or one that looked like a Furby.
Yeah, and then we got on the topic of Furbies, but anyway, yeah.
It'd be funnier if it was a Furby and actually talked.
Oh my gosh, you should
feed me. That's gross. I'm sorry. I take it back. I'm sorry, Mom. She's listening. I apologize to my mother. I've been drinking already. That's a lot for me. That's a lot. It happens quickly.
It does, doesn't it?
All I had was some Burger King. Shout out Burger King croissant sandwich.
No Wendy's?
No Wendy's.
No.
No. Not for breakfast.
All right.
Don't do it.
So let's talk a little bit about Books and Brews. So were you a home brewer before you started Books and Brews?
I was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to learn about that?
Yeah.
Learn about how it happened?
Yeah.
So what had happened was they didn't know what, I guess I'm one of those guys they don't know what to get me for Christmas, which seems weird to me because I just kind of like to do everything.
Yeah.
So, get me a magic kit, which is literally what my wife got me. It was awesome. So now I can do magic tricks. So
I would love to see that during open mic night on Thursdays.
I'll bring in some.
Can you please do some magic?
Yeah. Shout out open mic crowd Thursdays, Books and Brews, 7 to 11. So I Googled myself what to get him for Christmas, and what came up was homebrewing kit. So I just stuck it on my Amazon wish list or whatever, which is like the foolproof gift method if you never used it. So someone can just log into your wish list and hit purchase without even thinking about it.
I know what it is. And then people don't get you, they just get you random stuff and you're like, well, that's nice.
I asked for it.
I have a list.
I went through the effort of asking.
Go off my list.
So I get the kit. It was a Cooper's beer kit, which is not unlike the Mr. Beer alternative. Mr. Beer, I think, is around more. You can buy them on the shelf, probably at any homebrew shop. But Cooper's would just happen to be the one that came up for me, and that's just Cooper's an Australian company, And so it is the same thing. It was like the no boil kit, so you get just like some table sugar and the goo, the liquid extract, which looks sort of like motor oil coming out of the can.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I know, right? It sounds really appetizing in the dry yeast. So it in a little plastic tub. So it's like literally just combine all these things and throw it into the corner for a couple weeks. So I did, and of course, me being me, like I cannot wait on anything. So I crack it open and it tastes like shit, like shit. It tastes terrible. But of course, things have to be pretty bad for me not to be able to choke down 5 gallons. That's the that's the play of the homebrewer. Everyone knows you really got to screw up to not be able to choke down 5 gallons. Or at the very, this is what happens. You go, oh, sip, oh, that's bad. Oh, well, it's still alcohol.
I made it.
So, and then me being me, I do have some athletic background. I played baseball in college and like a heartbeat professionally. So I can't help it about myself. Like, even though I'm pretty chill when it comes to competition in general, like once I get into it, like it's hard for me to relax until I feel like I've mastered something. I don't care if it's like NBA Jam. We play NBA Jam every day at
you guys
at
get
5
really into it.
We are really fucking good now. Like, it is absurd how good we are. We can almost not score. The original NBA Jam, you can goaltend at will if you can time it right. And it's like we can't score on each other anymore because we're so good at it. We just steal it. It's just like we don't even get to half court half the time. It's like back and forth. It's absurd. So the point is that I just can't stop until I figure this out. So, that led into extract and dry extract and buying kits. And what led me to some better beer styles even is one of my buddies, because I didn't really know what I was doing. This wasn't even that long ago, 6-7 years ago. And one of my buddies, Dennis, who's the general manager now of Vine and Table. Shout out, Dennis. Vine and Table. Get your spirits from Dennis.
At Vine and Table?
Dennis.
They're going to have to pay for that, by the way, because you mentioned them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll
send an invoice.
We'll invoice you for that.
Yeah. Every mention, every impression. That's what they call it in the business,
yeah.
right? Impressions.
I think we're at Burger King.
Oh, yeah.
We're at Wendy's.
Yeah, Burger. Google.
Yeah,
Google's going to be paying us.
Oh, and the brew kit, Cooper?
Cooper? Oh, yeah, Cooper. Yeah, no,
okay.
yeah, no.
All of you owe us money.
Their check's definitely going to bounce.
Anyway, please procead. Call it as many more companies as you'd like.
Oh, yeah.
By the way.
Cool, yeah. Unintentional advertising. Yeah.
So, Dennis,
send your cease and desist letter to Indiana Untap at attention Sarah Burns, I guess. Yeah.
No, don't send it to me.
So you'll be hearing from my lawyer. So anyway, Dennis was like, well, you got to brew. Now that you're into this, like, try brewing a dark English mild, try brewing a Doppelbock, try brewing and then so he's the one that kind of really egged me on to me learning and researching more about the styles. And it's like, well, if I brew a lager, I mean, I got to have a lagering chamber, which means I got to buy a mini fridge and figure out how to temperature control that shit. And then, like, before I know it, I have like a 4-tap keezer in my, which is like a kegerator. Some people don't like the word keys. So what you do is you take a chest freezer, you rip off the top, you build a wood collar around it, and then you reattach the top. You put a temperature controller on it, Johnson temperature control, and that will keep it in refrigerator temperatures, just kick it on and off. And then that way you can fit 4 5-gallon corny kegs, which is the homebrew kegs, drill holes in the collar, and then you can just put faucets right on it. So I had 4 taps in my garage.
Jeez,
And
just like that.
Just like that.
You were like hooked.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just how I am. Like, I can't even... I mean, music's been the same. Like, weird things like this. Like, I know... I think my wife, also named Sarah, always looks at me whenever like I start one hobby, and she's just like game making, for instance, like, oh, shit, we're not going to stop until you're starting a new business. Like, we're filing LLCs soon. And additional revenue streams, you know?
Yeah.
You need additional revenue streams. So that's where it happened. And then also my buddy Dennis was like... around that time was like, hey, did you know when I was really big in homebrewing, he's like, did you know there are some bookstore bars out east? There's like a handful of them. One of them in particular in Hudson, New York is called the Spotty Dog Books and Ale. It's a beautiful location, historic Hudson, New York, that they turned this 1900-ish fire station into a bookstore and then later threw a bar in there. And it's just like my dream type of setting location, this old downtowny with the tin roof and the history and the character, and I fell in love with that. And that was my first idea, bookstore bar, and then later on I added the brewery.
Was that brewery mentioned in the same article that you guys were? I know you guys were mentioned in an article about like, bookstore breweries.
Oh yes. The
same,
Spotty Dog Books and Ale was also in there.
Also in there.
Yeah. As far as I know, they're probably one of the first ones. I mean, right around the time that I was opening, there's a couple other ones on the East Coast that are actually functional, and then those are places they're like new books. Like we sell used books, and it's very much just sort of like the wallpaper or the shtick, if you will. You know, it's used books. Customers donate them. We sell them back for like $2, $3, $4, and then we donate 10% of that money to Indie Reads. I always feel like businesses need to have their cause. So that was the one thing I wanted to make sure we had when we opened up. So Indie Reads, shout out Indie Reads. Also Indie Reads Books is their storefront, which is on Mass Ave, on the whatever end of Mass Ave. And I've been there.
So
that's their bookstore.
Okay.
And then Indie Reads, so it's a nonprofit that does education, literacy campaigns. So they do a lot of private I think workshops with people trying to learn how to read, whether it's families or adults or whatever. So I'm just trying to create more customers, try to teach people. Sorry, maybe that's a bad joke.
Edit that out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom.
No. So you just combined, like, obviously you like to read. And
yes, I was an English major. Yeah,
okay.
I didn't mention I was an English major in college. I didn't mention that part. My wife also English major. Really, if I had my druthers, I'd be writing for a living. I'd love to be paid to write. I wrote a novella in high school, or wrote a novel right when I was done with college. I've wrote 6 screenplays and another novel later on. Everything from like comedies to sci-fi to a lot of stuff revolving around baseball, because that's what I did. Funny stuff. So if you stuff in the vein of like Bull Durham, Major League, all the way to like real nerdy sci-fi shit like Ender's Game, like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, combining comedy and sci-fi.
Okay.
Sci-fi / fantasy.
Nice.
So anyway, I would love to do that. I just couldn't sell it to anybody. So I did self-publish my first novel. So it's been 10 years now, which is crazy. I still get like my $40 royalty check every year. It's pretty rad.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Good
I
for
buy
you.
beer. I buy beer with it. And then get drunk. And then I write more.
Yeah. Drunk writing is the best writing, I think.
That's a self-sustaining business model right there.
Yep.
Getting drunk off your profits, writing more. You heard it here, kids.
That's the way to go about getting successful.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So one thing I love about your guys' brewery is that you guys are family friendly.
Yes.
So have you guys always been family friendly, or did you start out not and then...
No, it's actually very important to me that we're family friendly. So I, in my history of work to date, so family of entrepreneurs, hotel business growing up, later on minor league baseball business. My brother's done a whole bunch of different things too.
Traverse City Beach Bums.
Yes, Traverse City Beach Bums. The Beach Bums having a tough season so far.
They owe us money.
Don't Google it.
They owe us money.
Oh,
you guys
we just
money.
Inception
Yeah,
invoice.
we're
going to invoice ourselves.
Yep, exactly.
Anyway, family of entrepreneurs. And then my wife, who got a job here in Indianapolis, that's what led us here. She went to law school in Bloomington and then got a job here working in Indianapolis. And so we had a daughter almost 5 years ago now. So it just made sense at that time for me to stay home. So I was a stay-at-home dad for about 2.5 years. And then I decided to stop working so hard. So I went into business.
Yeah.
Shout out stay-at-home peoples. Because it is rough.
It is very rough.
It is. This is what I always say is like, think about at work. Like, you never work 100% of the time. It's like work, check your Facebook, work, zone out, stare at the ceiling for 5 minutes. Like, while you're zoning out, staring at the ceiling for 5 minutes, your kid's eating soap from the dishwasher. Not that that's never ever happened to me. Once. I called 911. Was very concerned. No, that really did happen. I was on my computer one time, and my daughter was that time like knee crawling, so she like comes around the corner, and the dishwasher must not have those little packets. It must not have like melted all the way or whatever.
Yeah.
So she had scooped it out, and she was just like scarfing it.
Delightful.
Like it was like it was like the simultaneous scarf barf sort of thing. Like this is good.
Ooh,
So
it's still so good.
yeah. So yeah, but I still want to eat more. Like, it's gross, but I want more. So I flipped out and was like, what do I do? Like, trying to make her barf, call 911. They patched me to poison control. Was like, if I would have taken a second to read the back of the package, it would have been like, the back of the package essentially just says like, chill the fuck out. Like, it's really not that big a deal. It's like soap, right? But the reason I panicked was recently in the news, there was like the Tide Pods.
Oh, yeah.
The kids were
really
eating the Tide Pods.
Yeah.
So in my panic, I did not separate the difference between like dishwashing soap and like, whatever, the Tide Pods.
Yeah, so
the clothes washing
basically what you're
stuff.
saying is eating dishwasher soap is fine.
Not that big of a deal.
Eating
Tide soap.
laundry detergent.
Not good.
Not good.
No bueno.
Okay. Good to
Yes.
know.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yes. So, and then eventually what happened, to wrap the story up, was that Poison Control called me back a half hour later and was like, are you okay? Like,
are you going to make it?
Like, we were worried about you. Like, we will send an ambulance for you because we think you're about to have like some sort of stroke / heart attack / episode. Mental breakdown.
Yeah.
We got the suit ready for you. Dad, hashtag dad of the year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So anyway, I don't know what got me into. I was a stay-at-home dad, and then we were talking about, I don't know, English major or something.
You were talking about like always being family friendly. So it was
family friendly, yeah. So it was really important to me, especially as a stay-at-home dad, and because this is just the way it is. Like, there's a lot of moms groups, and I don't know if like the stay-at-home dads just don't band together, but they don't. So
Wasn't there a movie about that?
I probably
there was with like Chris
they
Rock,
really should.
And they're all like wearing their kids on the front.
It's becoming more and more that I think the dads are finding each other because it's more and more common. But it was hard for me, like when you go to the children's museum with your kid and you're one dude, like there's 3 dudes who are all like not talking to each other, and then the moms are like hanging out, and you walk by, you're like, hey, what's up? And they're like, nothing, creeper, move along. Like, we're having girl time. Like,
Don't talk to us.
Yes. So
Bring
it was
your kid here to pick up chicks, weirdo.
Yeah, weirdo.
Is that even your kid?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh man, still to this day, when I pick my daughter up at daycare, they're always just like, "Hey, can we double check this guy's supposed to be here? Can we see some ID, pal?" There's paint stains on your clothes because, like, right now I'm all dirty because we're starting a new Zionsville store. Shout out Zionsville.
Yeah, it's very.
Yes,
I'm
books.
so
I'm all dirty with stain and stuff, and they're just like, "Who are you? You're with who? Mm-hmm. You know her through."
She's my daughter.
Yes. Like the girl that's running, screaming, "Daddy!" Like that's my daughter. Yeah. So anyway, kid friendly, very important to me. I never felt there was really cool places to take your kid. Mm-hmm. It was either children's museum or zoo.
They're always like so packed.
So packed, and the kid loves it, but
it's so stressful.
I mean,
as
it is.
Parents, like,
oh my god,
what are you doing?
Oh well, just like there's so many people, so many things to get into, and then there's all the weird social pressures of, if a kid's mean to another kid, then the parents expect the other parent to like step in, and like there's all these weird like dynamics of stranger parents. It's kind of like when you're walking your dog and the dogs start to fight, and the adults don't interact; they just yell at the dogs. And that's like no one ever pays attention to people. Yeah. Like they just pay attention to the animals. And the same thing as the kids.
Ignore the
yeah. And that is why And that is why, I mean, I think dogs is a better example, but it's like, I know the names of all the dogs in my block, and I know none of the adults' names. I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's, I can't even think of the names. I zoned out there.
Yeah.
It's like, the dog's name's Tyler. Like, oh, that's Tyler's dad. It's an adult. It's a human being.
It's a human.
Not Tyler. Yeah. It's like,
Tyler lives in the yellow house.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe just take 5 seconds and learn the adult's name, jerk.
That's funny.
So anyway, it was really important to me to find a place that was cool for kids and cool for parents.
Man.
And it's because there just isn't a place to do that. Like, you just don't feel welcome, right? Because they're just like, get this screaming kid out of here. Like, we're sick, and then be cool for parents, like it keeps the kids are having fun and yet occupied enough for mom and dad to have a beer, have a sandwich, and so, not even a beer and a sandwich, just maybe having like 5 minutes to yourself.
Well, and you guys have like
chill.
a ton of games and stuff too, so
Yes.
it's nice for the kids to play, and then you can play a game or whatever. And Hazel and I were there the other day, and she met a little friend there. I took a picture and posted it. I know you saw it, but
It was Tiffany's son.
Is it Albie?
Yeah, Tiffany's our trivia master.
Okay,
on Wednesdays.
Yeah. So they were playing, and I was reading a book. I was reading a book, which was great, and having a beer. And it was Wednesday, so she ate free, so that was awesome. And then
Shout out grilled cheese.
Oh yeah, she just loves the chips you guys have. She was like, I don't want anything to do with that grilled cheese. I just want the chips.
Oh yeah, I know my daughter's the same way.
They're so good.
Yeah, Broadwood Chip Company. Invoices in the mail.
Yep, thank you.
One impression.
You can send that to my home address.
Yes. No.
No, but anyway, they she had a blast, and you guys have kid games too, so they were playing. I just got a text from Drew, my coworker. He's at Books and Brews right now.
Shout out Drew.
Yeah,
Try the Wicker Man.
Waiting for me at Books and Brews. So anyways, we played Break the Ice. There's
Break the
Cooties.
Ice. Break the Ice is a sleeper game. Like,
Yeah.
that is maybe one of the funnest
Most
kids
funnest.
games. It's the most funnest
sucks
kids
as a parent
games.
because you're like, ugh, and you flip it over and you have to like put all the pieces back.
Yeah,
And
but
then
it's
it
worth
takes
it.
like 2 seconds and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, but it's not like Imperial Assault. It takes 2 seconds. It's not like you gotta read the directions for an hour.
And you must have mastered putting the cubes in then. Like, are you fast at putting the cubes
Oh
in?
yeah, oh
Okay.
yeah. Very skilled.
Yes.
Highly skilled.
I figured so.
Like an assassin of ice cubes, fake ice cubes.
Nice.
So that was the point for me. And like, really not even my contractor, who's awesome. I love him. Home Ideas, Scott Earlywine, everything you need. Joe's Mechanical. They're better dudes and at a better price and faster than anyone you're going to find. Home Ideas, Joe's Mechanical. Check him out. He's up there breaking his ass right now at the new Books and Brews Zionsville in Boone Village, grouting our new.
Where the
tile.
Zionsville Grill used to be, right?
It's where the Zionsville Grill used to be, 65 Boone Village. Hopefully open July 1st. That's our hopeful grand opening.
Hopeful.
Yes.
Not set in stone.
So I build all my own furniture. All the furniture is built. The grout is sort of the last thing, and then after that, it's just sort of like waiting on excise, waiting on fire marshal,
I'm
waiting on
taking a
building.
weird picture of you to send to Drew
Shut up.
to tell him that I'm podcasting with you right now. There we go. Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like super excited about the Zionsville location because now I don't have to drive 45 minutes to work. And by work, I mean sit in your tap room and drink beer and work.
Yeah. If you have families too, like it's going to be even better. So our current location, it's an old office warehouse space. It's a very starter space. So the old offices tore the offices out, made that into our bookstore. We have a little kids corner, bookshelf, rug, little table, some games. But the tap room and breweries in the back, like the old warehouse space. And then we also expanded into the space next to us. But the new place, excuse me, it's much more long and narrow. So what we've done is we made like one of the front corners, the kids space, same concept, bookshelf. I have a little bench.
Oh,
We're
so
going to have some toys.
friendly. I'm so excited.
Yes, the whole thing is kid friendly.
Fantastic.
All the way, literally the only spaces that are going to be 21 and over are right at the bar. So we have like 7 seats right at the bar. There's like a hair, maybe for another 3 or 4 people. There's some standing room. Anyway, kid friendly is where it's at, man, because I think you have these, 20 somethings, 30 somethings, 40 somethings who have grown up and now in the craft beer culture. And it's not like just grabbing pound beers anymore. Not that I don't know if it ever was, but I'm just saying like it's not the way it was. There's not as much stigma, I think, on alcohol consumption, and people are doing it much more responsibly. I don't have facts to back that up. That's just my perception. And I think that's a healthy thing for our society to finally come around to, where it's like, the UK and Europe and Latin America, where it's just much more normal, and it doesn't have people do it responsibly. Not that there's always irresponsible consumption of there's irresponsible consumption of caffeine, but having it, breaking down the stigmas and I think the people in the 40, 20, 21 to 40 range, who have kids, who are desiring some place where the kids can have fun and they can have fun, they can have a beer, they can consume responsibly, and it's a chill place. It's not like, you're buying, towers and people are sitting around with 60-ounce beers, like slamming them back and, getting overserved, like that kind of thing. Like so our place is much more artistic based, music, games, chill. It's not like turntables, grind you out as a customer.
That's one thing I really like. Like I was there with Hazel for a couple hours and I had, I think maybe two beers. I had like a flight and a beer, and I didn't feel rushed to get out of there. And it's like, you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm finally out without my kids, so I have to, do whatever I want. It's like, you can have your kids there and you can have a drink and you can all have fun together. And I don't know, I just really like it.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
You're
well,
welcome.
That's the kind of environment hopefully we can have there. It was cool since you can see your kid everywhere in the place. And, we have such... The real power of our place is our regulars. We have almost 700 Mug Club members now, and a lot of them are just straight, without exaggeration, extensions of the staff. They are. And on Thursday, for instance, Thursday nights at our original location, it's going to be Tuesday nights in Zionsville. We have $3 mug fills, so people who are in the Mug Club get mug fills for $3. When you're there's like 75% of the people in the place are in the Mug Club, and it is like walking into a place where everybody there works there, including the customers. Like you are not going to sit down, and maybe, for some people this might turn them off. Like you're not going to sit down and not talk to people. Like it's not going to happen. Like there's just too many people who are familiar with the place, who dig it, who have had a couple beers and are chatty, outgoing people. There's not TVs, there's not distractions.
Yeah. And every time someone comes in, I noticed that has never been there before, a regular is always like, oh, what do you like to drink?
Yes.
You should try this and this and
it's
this.
Very
and
inclusive
Yeah.
with the regulars, which is sometimes, it's not something I can plan. Like, it's just really nice that that's happened. And that's a credit to all of my regulars, that they're so inclusive, that they want people to experience this. Because, and that's the reason I started the place. I felt like there was a gap in the market there where people who are outgoing are looking for that. So anyway, Zionsville's going to be the same thing, kid-friendly.
Books,
and
you guys are going to have books there too?
Yeah, we will. So we have a little mezzanine there.
That's my office.
It's pretty cool.
Just say it.
It's pretty rad.
Just refer to it as my
Sarah's office. We have Sarah's office upstairs. And so I've built bookcases around the perimeter of the upstairs. So that's where all the books are going to be.
Okay.
And we're going to put a couple tables, just more like a reading nook, or like you said, office.
My office, yeah.
And because and really the reason I named it Books and Brews was I was hoping for it to be, simultaneously as busy of a place for coffee lunch as it was for dinner beer. So brews, going both ways.
Oh.
So for this location, I think we're going to have that because it is slamming all day. There's 500 parking spaces in Boone Village in Zionsville, and it's like 70% full all day. Like, it's crazy. And it also cross sections some bike trails. So people who like to ride the bicycle, real easy access.
Okay.
And it's small town USA, which I love because I'm from a small town, when there's bike racks, but nobody uses them. They just come up and they lean their bike against a post and walk into a business. There's no locks.
No one's going to steal it.
There's just like 35 bikes just chilling with no locks on them. No one even thinks twice.
Well, I need a new bike, so I might
So if you're looking to steal a bike, head to Boone Village, Zionsville, Indiana. 46077.
I gotta have a couple other questions for you. Why is it that you are obsessed with Shia LaBeouf? What is it about him that is...
I mean, first define
so
obsession.
attractive?
I mean, admiration.
Okay.
Inspiration.
You have
There's a lot of Asians.
stickers of him. I
Oh
would
yes.
say, I
Well,
would say
I had
that is.
I had a sticker of Shia LaBeouf on my laptop. I got stolen. Thanks for bringing it up.
Sorry.
Jeez. Yeah, my laptop got ripped off out of my car. No big deal.
Sorry.
Too soon, Sarah. Too soon. No. What I love about Shia is that he there's a lot of culture and art out there, like performance art, where you feel like it is really set up, and that Shia really does an amazing job of. It's like the ultimate. It's like he's living his life as a method actor. It's not like
He's never off the clock. Like
it's not like Daniel Day-Lewis. Like he's a method actor when that movie starts and finishes, and then he goes back to being Daniel Day-Lewis. It's like he's method acting life.
Yeah.
Like his life is a performance. And where a lot of like made up reality stuff, you're just like, that's funny. It's kind of made up. Like you can't tell. Like, is the insanity real? Is it not? Is this weirdness that's happening that just follows him now because he has all this? Like, if you go on his website, if you just Google Shia LaBeouf website, he has a website with all these weird, it's like really minimalist website, and he has like a video of him jumping rope for an hour. He's like jumping rope for an hour, like stuff like that. It just fascinates me. Like, what is going through your head? Like, there's so many levels. Like, I don't see that as, and maybe it's just my background in like English, and we're taught to like symbolism and reading into things and finding what's between the lines and what's the point of this? Like, who is, I always talk about on my podcast, whatever, like one of my favorite classes in college is what is literature. It's like who's, you have to figure out who's the author. What's the body of work? Who are you? I didn't know there's refills. I'm gonna drink faster.
Oh, there are refills.
Oh, there are refills. Well, it's bottoms up. Bottoms up. Pun intended.
Do you play that on the ukulele?
No, but I really should. It's a little more modern. So what Sarah's referring to is I have a 90s hip hop group called the Ukulelers.
It's so great.
We start out at Ice Ice Baby. We end at Gin and Juice. In between, play a lot of Fergie, TLC.
It's true.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Ludacris.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool stuff. What was I talking about?
You were talking about Shia LaBeouf, and he does him. It's like you got to do you.
But who? Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was talking about. Is trying to determine what is happening here. Mm-hmm. Like, what is the point he's trying to get across? Who is Shia? What is this weird art form that he's? What is happening? Like that. I think that is the biggest thing that fascinates people who are used to dealing with just art on any level. Is like, what is the point to this? There's got to be something here. And that's when when there's a great art form of any medium, whether it's writing, movies, music, is that it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And sometimes, like, the more ambiguous the art form, you can't really pin down exactly what's happening there. The more it means. So people are much the freedom to take out what it means to you. And
this is getting very deep about Shia LaBeouf.
Well, it's fascinating. If you're
like, what is this piece of Shia jumping rope for an hour? What does that mean to you? What can you take?
Why?
It?
Why is he doing it? Who is he? Is it like why? Like he's got this like neon green suit, like he's got like short shorts from like the 80s. Like what is that? Like why did he choose that outfit? Why is he doing it? He's out by his pool. What does he have a pool? Like where is it? Like why is Shia? Why does he do this? Because he's not a person who just does stuff. It's not like he's a person who just sets out a video camera and starts recording. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to put that on YouTube. No, he's very particular about what he posts and what he does and the things he puts out there. So, like, why? Why is this happening?
Oh, man. We really do need to meet him.
I think it's fascinating. Oh, yeah. Shia, come on. Nano Brew the podcast. Mm-hmm. Or you can find it on iTunes. Shout out Shia.
Shout out Shia.
Don't ask me to stab you, though.
I'm not going to ask him for money because I know that he's,
Shia, he's got more money than he knows what to do with.
Well, isn't he like suing? Well, he was like
he was suing his uncle because
rent or something.
Yeah.
You don't
I think
sue your uncle for rent.
No, he bought his uncle a house and then he defaulted on the payments. Yeah, that's what you get. Okay. You don't cross Shia. You don't know this.
He will.
You got to look up.
Stab you with a shiv.
Here's this week's do Google this of the week. Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, that video is so disturbing.
If you just, it's not disturbing.
I showed it to my husband, and
it's
he
amazing.
was like, I was like, no, it's hilarious.
No, you don't understand. Like if someone gets to the end of it and they're not laughing, you need to be like, I think you need to watch this one more time.
You need to watch it again.
You need to watch this one more time.
And again.
Until it's funny. It's kind of like The Big Lebowski.
Or Napoleon Dynamite. The first time I saw it, I was like,
exactly.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're taking back. You're soaking in like a sponge. First, the sponge has to be full, and then that's when you really understand what's happening the second time.
Can you really understand what's happening in that? I don't know.
Are we talking about Napoleon Dynamite or Big Lebowski?
No.
Shia?
All in Shia, like in the
amazing.
actual cannibal.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Come on our podcast, Shia.
Yeah. Okay, so usually, I do this segment called Buzzed In, and I did it with you a while ago, and I asked you questions and I recorded it, and I was going to do an article about it,
right.
but I get so busy, and so there were a lot of them that got
super busy,
unpublished,
so busy,
and so I want to go back and revisit.
Let's do it.
Our Buzzed In.
Let's take that, rewind it back.
So I asked you what your favorite cat video was. You said you don't have a favorite cat video. You have a favorite dog video.
I do.
And it's like of a terrier and an English accent and sausages or something.
Yes.
And you were supposed to send it to me.
Well, I couldn't find it. Oh, I looked okay, here's the story. It's really important to me. So I have a Welsh Terrier. A Welsh Terrier is like a mini Airedale.
I don't know what either of those are, but please continue.
Okay,
I'll Google that later.
Yeah, Airedale's like a super badass dog from the UK. So like they take it on bear hunts and it beats the shit out of bears.
Oh,
that's how
like
badass.
like a wolf hunter dog. Like they have those.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, like that. You'd know it if you saw it. You just know what the name is probably. So a Welsh Terrier is a mini version of that. It's about 20. My dog's about 20 pounds, 25 pounds.
A mini version is 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Airedales are big. They're big dogs.
Okay.
I mean, they're like Irish Wolfhounds, but they're big dogs.
That's what all Irish Wolfhounds.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
80, 100 pounds maybe. I'm guessing.
Okay.
So the Welsh Terriers. Anyway, cute, love it. I have the dog. Like anybody who has a dog, like you're gonna Google YouTube videos about your dog, right? I mean, who doesn't watch YouTube videos about your dog?
I watched YouTube videos about cats.
Of course you do. Of course you do. So while I was searching for Welsh Terrier videos, I think maybe because I posted one of my dog like jumping in the backyard and what have you, that I started, going through YouTube. And anyone who's been on YouTube once knows that you start out in one thing and you end up like somewhere you totally did not intend to be. So not that really happened, but I was just stream of consciousness clicking on these Welsh Terrier videos or just funny dog videos, dogs talking, dogs doing things, what have you. I was laughing my butt off. So I came across one, and what makes me so sad about this video is that it should have like 10 billion hits. Like it should be a viral video, but it's just some random woman in the UK with this video that has like 50 views and 49 of them are me hitting repeat. So she has a Welsh Terrier, and clearly she's doing something off screen, like with her hand or something that's making the dog do kind of like a snarling talking motion. And in the background, all you hear is her going, "Do you like sausages, Charlie?" And then the dog, and then her voice over the dog going, "Yes, I do. I really, really do." And I laugh my balls off every time I see it, and I can't get back to it. It was like, it's like in Beer Fest when they find the secret door when they're drunk. So in order to go back there, he has to like slam the Goldschlager in order to find like, where to get back to.
That's what you need to do.
I've tried. I've tried. I haven't slammed Goldschlager.
Well, I think you're at that point.
No. Jason's tip of the week: don't slam Goldschlager, kids. No, I've gotten drunk. I've tried to find it. Can't find it. It really frustrates me. No, but I will tell you my favorite cat video, because it really bothered me that I did not have a cat video when you asked me this question, is there is some sort of like mashup, like cut video of cats trying to like jump to things but not making it.
Oh, like cat fails.
Yes. Oh my God. Hilarious. Cats that think, like especially kittens that think I'm going to jump from like the ledge to the couch. But they jump and they make it like 10% of the distance and then just fall straight down. That gets me every time.
Gets you every time.
What was the second one?
Plenty of cat videos to show you.
Such as?
Well, there's this one where there's like, I can't even go into all of them. I will tell you though, just one.
Bottoms up, bottoms up.
Everybody bottoms up. So there's this cat and there's these 2 green apples on the bed and it's a kitten. And this kitten does not know what the hell these apples are. And they think it's a threat. And so they're just going crazy. Like, just like running circles around him. And then like.
Oh, it's like Terminator Eye, like in the Terminator, where they're like threat,
I will show you it
eliminate
later.
John Connor.
I will show you. It is funny. Okay, so the other one.
What I'm talking about.
There's several of them. I know what you're talking about. On a scale of sobriety to rehab, you had said you hoped your beer was sending people to rehab.
Well, is that a good thing or bad thing?
No,
I
that's
feel
what
terrible now. I feel like a horrible human being.
No, I just wanted to get you on that one. No, but you asked the same thing, and I was like, well, rehab is bad.
On a scale of good person to horrible piece of shit, it looks like you're checking in at horrible piece of shit.
We all knew that. We all knew. No, but you said that means your beer is really good, and you said you hope that you're on the verge of sending people to rehab.
I hope people like it,
but not into rehab.
I just want people to like my beer. Is that a crime? Is that so wrong? I just want people to drink it. No, I think when I first opened, the angle I was going for was like being to beer fest and being a home brewer. Like I see a lot of places that do experimental things, but do experimental things to the point where they drink like a tiny bit and they go, "That's really good," but I'm all set.
Yeah,
like
I don't want to do
like
that again.
like that's great, but like I do not want to drink anymore ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my entire goal is, even though we do wacky shit at Books and Brews, and we definitely do. We do stuff we put Jolly Ranchers in a Belgian double. I didn't
know that.
Yeah, that was super nerdy. So the double is called Double Doors Magic Ale, and our the Jolly Rancher version is called Birdie Bot's Every Flavor Ale.
I love Double Doors.
So the Harry Potter heads will get that one. Yeah, but so we did Heath Toffee in our Oktoberfest. We've done mango. We're like this month we're doing mangoes in our double IPA. So we're showing Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh yeah.
So we do movie night every Friday night at 10:30. Free movies, Books and Brews. Being like a weird warehousey space, we have a big projection and we can kind of make it dark, almost like a movie theater, except free.
I'm sitting here like, I know you don't have to, like, you don't have to tell me, but people are listening that don't know, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I've been there. But kids movies, you're gonna do that?
Yes, we did. We were gonna do Minions, and then we ended up not doing it. But yeah. What I mean, the only thing that sucks about showing movies in public and doing things the right way, I'm using Chris Farley. You gotta pay. So, but since I do a movie every single Friday, the fee is not terrible. Like it's $75 is what I pay. If you're going to show one movie one time in public, at least through my licensing company, which there aren't many around, that in my experience. So Swank Motion Pictures is the name of the company. Swank. It's a funny name, right?
It is.
And it's actually a really funny coincidence that one of the guys that comes to open mic all the time is a relative of the guy who started that company. That's a boring segue. I apologize for myself.
Fine.
But
yeah, you should probably just move on.
Yeah, the point is, $150 if you can show it once. 75 since we do 52. You know, we do every single Friday.
Yeah.
So Mad Max Fury Road we're showing. So last year we did Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, which is my favorite Mad Max movie still to this day. Will always be my favorite Mad Max movie no matter what.
I gotta watch it.
Tina Turner.
Oh God.
Oh, she's amazing.
I think I have seen it now.
Break a deal, face the wheel.
It's like, yeah, I think I have seen it. There's like a cage or something in there. No?
It's the Thunderdome.
Yeah, okay.
Like a cage. The Thunderdome.
Sorry.
Like a cage. You know what Mad Max does? He goes beyond Thunderdome.
Really?
He does.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't even want to. I feel like I'm throwing pearls to pigs right now.
Are you calling me fat? Is that what's happening right now?
No, I made a biblical reference.
You just dropped a biblical reference.
I did.
Oh wow.
That's what happens after one IPL. Shout out Grand Junction.
Yeah. We'll send you a bill of the mail. No, we won't. Your beer is amazing. Anyway, so this is one you were supposed to get back to me on as well. If you had to name your own choose your own adventure book, what would you call it? It was too deep when I asked you. You said it was too deep. And so you said it was too deep? Yeah, you said you would think about it.
Choose your own brew venture.
Yeah, that's what you said, but it's just you personally, not for the brewery. Like
my own personal
life. Yes. Maybe you hunt down the guy that stole your laptop and you just...
Oh, no. Did I tell you about that? So, no, I'm harnessing the good and blocking the bad here. So, when I had, when my laptop got stolen out of the back of my car.
Yeah.
Black window busted. Just in case you ever want to know how to bust a window in a car, you take a flathead screwdriver to the side like the vertical side of the window, and you stick it in, and then you just press down as hard as you can, and the whole window will crumple.
So now Jason is
That's
telling
happened
us
twice to me.
where to steal bikes and how to bust out a window.
Yeah, Boone Village, get your bike, no big deal.
No big
They might be small. There's a lot of kids wearing us. So you make it a small bike. At least you got a free one.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
And then if you want to break a window, you just
Screwdriver.
flathead screwdriver to the side of
Okay,
it.
sweet.
If you bust it, you're gonna hurt your knuckles. So you want to make sure flathead screwdriver.
Minimal damage.
You can watch on video. In, pop it, down goes the window. Grab Jason's
Grab said
laptop. So no, when I posted on Facebook, I started to, and then I deleted it because I felt bad about posting shit like, oh, woe is me, I had my laptop stolen. But what I put was new script idea. Man steals laptop contains awesome screenplays. Thief sells the screenplay to Hollywood, and then original author shows up on the red carpet and
Did you
caps
make
his
that big
ass.
fat liar?
Yeah, no, we talked. Yeah, no, I did not. Which is like
it's
it's
the
the plot of
thing.
thing. Yeah, well, fuck that movie because my movie's way better.
Well, he doesn't pop a cap in the guy's ass. He's
No,
just
doesn't
like,
he? Well, he
he's a
should have.
kid,
Clearly, well,
so
probably still
grown man.
find a way to get a firearm. It's America, after all.
It's America. You said it
I
probably
right?
smells like an imperial stout in heaven. Is that you want like?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Was I drinking?
Yes, you were. Would you like to hold to that answer, or would you like to change it?
Sounds fine.
Okay.
Like brewing an imperial stout, like roasty, but not like coffee roasty. Like
Bread, like you said something about bready or something.
beer. Oh yeah, bread. Like baking bread.
I think it should smell like banana bread. That's my personal.
Oh,
opinion
banana
of it.
bread. I love banana bread.
And then I asked you too if you preferred grape or strawberry jelly, and you said raspberry. You said raspberry.
Raspberry.
Yeah, and then we talked about how the grape
Only
preserves tear
raspberry.
up the bread. and
Oh,
how-
strawberry preserves. No, you don't. No, it's the worst. I'm very particular about how you spread that jam.
Oh, I remember.
It needs to be
from-
fucking even. It
Oh,
can't be
really?
like even lump, even. No. So strawberry can eat it. No, it's got to be raspberry.
with the seeds though. I like,
Yes.
I like. The
Oh
seeds.
yeah, with the seeds. No, yeah, yeah. Whatever it is, jelly or jam, whichever it is, like the natural preserves. So you can get a nice. Do you ever watch? This is a weird obsession of mine.
Okay.
The old Jif commercials where
Oh my God!
Mama
you
Jif,
mentioned this like
Mama
half a
Jif
year ago.
spreads.
You're
You've seen
very
it.
particular about the
Oh,
spreading.
it's got to happen that way. It's got to happen
so
that
no
way.
chunky peanut butter then.
Oh no, I
assume.
do love chunky peanut butter.
How does that spread even though? Like I want to know.
Well, you
There's
gotta
a chunk.
You take an extra. No, you smooth that chunk out.
You've mastered it, I
Oh
assume.
hell yeah.
Okay. All right. Well. we'll
Shit
leave that
yeah.
All right. So to wrap it up,
Wrap it up.
I want to talk about Anderson on Tap real quick. So let's
do it.
You guys played.
We did. Ukulelers.
Yes, I had a fantastic time. I don't like. Did you have a good time?
We
you guys have
did.
fun?
We
Okay, good.
were rocking.
Yeah.
What was cool? I mean, it was the first time we played a beer festival. Like
Yes.
we've played in different versions of our band because we have probably like 6 different dudes who play with us.
And Vicky.
Who with me? And Vicky, sorry, and Vicky, yeah, I forgot about Vicky. Shout out Vicky on the percussion.
Oh man.
Oh,
she was rocking that.
She was
box drum.
Oh, she played for like 4 hours too.
Yeah. She probably has like blisters and
Oh my
calluses.
gosh, she was hammered. So funny story.
Hammered or hammering it, or both.
No, just hammering it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she stayed sober for the. She's professional.
She's
very
professional. I
Yeah.
love Vicky. She's amazing.
She did like the solo from Wipeout. She's playing. So she played with. So Tom, shout out Tom. Also
Yeah,
our
Mr. Bear.
Yeah, he comes to Tom.
Tom and Mr. Bear play.
Tom comes to both of them come to open mic.
Yeah.
Mr. Bear is a professional. He plays in a band called Wild Mercy. But he plays by himself. He's played at Books and Brews.
Yeah, he's awesome, and his guitar
But-
strap is amazing.
Oh yeah, and he sounds like Johnny Cash, like he's like a nerd rock version of Johnny Cash. Like if you can hear, like the lyrics to his songs are hilarious. He's very funny but like real deep bass, like real deep bass voice. He's real good. So he came and played with Tom. Tom is an open mic guy who at Books and Brews who is just this guy I think that has never really had a chance to like get out with his guitar because he's like I don't know if he's just sat in his basement and shredded like his whole life, and he came to Books and Brews and a few of the guys at Books and Brews like get up and play with him, and he started like showing his chops on the guitar, and he is awesome.
Yeah, that's why I went up to him and I was like, "Do you want to play?"
Yeah.
At the thing and at Anderson on Tap, and he's like, "Well, I've never really played in front of any like a big
Exactly.
crowd." I'm
He'd
like,
never
"What?
played. He'd never
You're
played in front of
amazing."
anybody at all until
had, like,
Books and Brews open mic.
And he had family come in from out of town, like
Yeah.
across the country, to like watch him play at this festival, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome!"
Yeah. So Tom and then Mr. Bear came and played with Tom.
Tom Bowers.
And then Tom Bowers and then Brent Schlemmer, who's also Professor Electromagnet. He owns the Ouch Gallery in
Yes.
Franklin. He's a tattoo artist.
How many days is he at? Like 110?
He's been to Books and Brews for like 120 straight days.
Yeah, and he has a tattoo.
He has a tattoo on his ankle, and I'm going to get him a plaque for a chair. So at Books and Brews, we sell plaques on our chairs and tables. And that includes a whole bunch of like swag and stuff that you get with it. But
Ooh, I wanna get
but
a
like
plaque.
I'm gonna get one because he's been there 100 days in a row. Like, how do you not get him a?
Can I get a plaque for the office upstairs?
No, you can't. You
Scienceville?
come for 100 days in a row, and you can.
No, I'll buy one. Can I just
Okay.
buy one
Yeah.
for the
Totally. Yeah.
office?
Yeah. You can do it.
Sweet.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. You give me money, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. People, it's a very particular business model. You see, for those of you who are interested in business, people want to give you money, and you find a way to make that happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people out there are like, "Hey, can we give you money?" And you're like, "No, that's not really what we do." Wrong. It is now what you do because people are trying to give you money for it. That was when we first opened. We were just a nano brewery, and then we went to festivals, and some people were like, "Hey, do you guys bottle? We want to buy some bottles." And I was like, "I don't bottle, but if you want, I will." I am now. Yeah.
Just right as of now, yes.
That's
I
the
am.
worst thing is people get caught up in business like they're like people are trying to give them money about something and they're not going to take it. Like,
Yeah.
Take it. Do it.
Swallow your pride.
You're in business.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah. Do you have children? Do you want them to go to college or what have you?
So, did you get to try any new breweries when you were at Anderson on Tap, or did you just pretty much drink your guys' beer?
Yes, I did. Guardian, which is in Muncie. Never heard of them. Oh, wearing the
Guardian.
shirt. Oh, those guys are cool.
Yeah,
they
were really cool. They just joined our Tasting Society Marketplace.
Jason, one of the owners, and
Noble Order?
Bill.
Oh,
Jason and Bill.
Jason and Bill, yes. Jason was real cool.
Real
and
cool
Bill,
guys.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
close to my heart because they're a 2-barrel brewery.
Oh, really?
That's what they told me anyway. So
Yeah.
could have
And-
lied. Could be liars.
Yeah, and like I said, they joined on the spot the Tasting Society Marketplace. Like I had the paperwork, they were like, sign it.
Well, it's stupid if you don't. I mean, people. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
I don't know.
It's I guess.
It's just marketing costs, really.
Well, we talk about
to get people in there.
Yeah, we talk about. I mean, again, I don't want to bore people watching this. Like my podcast, like we do talk about like business stuff. Like people, it's tangible for us in the podcast because people who are trying to open some business on some level, it doesn't have to be brewing, but like whatever. What doesn't matter what you're in. People are trying to give you impressions and they don't want money up front. Like that is like it doesn't cost you anything until you have a customer in your building.
Yeah.
Why would you say no? It's stupid. It's stupid to say no.
It's stupid.
And then not only that, so you have a customer in your building, and sure they get a few dollars off of whatever.
But how much are they going to spend?
But now
on their
you
beer?
have them, and now it's up to you. And if that customer does not turn into a regular, that's your fault.
And it's not our fault.
Exactly.
That's your
You got them in for free.
Yeah.
By the way, for free. So the point is, you have to look at your opportunity and say, "Hey, if I could get you a customer into your place for free, would you do that?" You say yes. Well, here you go. That's it. That's the basic of the like. Why would you not be in the Tasting Society Marketplace?
And your offer is really good. It's like I think it's like $10 or $15 off of the Mug Club membership,
$15 off the Mug Club,
which is amazing. Like that's awesome.
Well, I mean, again, business aspect applying to both people, right? We want to give the customer a product that they enjoy. The customer wants to enjoy themselves, right? Okay, we both win. So the Mug Club, our Mug Club is you have to stay true to your values. What's our values? We want to spend our money locally. When you spend your money locally, local people spend it back. So we get our chips at Broad Ripple Chip Company. We get our bread at the same place, Great Harvest Bread. I'm sorry, Broad Ripple Chip Company, Great Harvest Bread Company are the same company.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, same building. They're down Binford, sort of like behind Beer Brewery.
Okay.
Shout out Beer Brewery. Shout out those guys. Fair Oaks Farms is the farthest we go. They're up to 65, like in between Indy and
Yeah,
Chicago. They have
yeah.
a big farm there. We get all our cheese there. Smoking Goose downtown are some of the best people on the planet. Love those people. Shout out Aaron, Smoking Goose. Sup?
So Aaron.
So you spend your money locally, and same thing with our mug club. So our mug club, the mugs are handmade one at a time, spun on the wheel. There's no forms. There's no.
They all are different. They're all different.
Well, that's because it's one dude.
Yeah.
There's only one person that's ever made the mugs for Books and Brews. His name is Josh Heim. Josh Heim Pottery. That's HEIM Pottery, I believe, .com. And he used to run Beech Grove Clay Works. Now he has moved up to Huntington, so he's still in Indiana. Now he owns a flower shop and pottery studio up there in Huntington. So the point is, join the mug club. You get mug fills, same price as a pint. So you get a few extra ounces every time you buy a beer. You get money off growler. You get a whole bunch of stuff. The point is that I'm trying to make a regular. The customer is trying to save money.
Yeah, it's good on both ends.
We're both winning. So when it comes to the Tasting Society marketplace, like they're already spending money. This is my thought process. They're already spending money to get in the Tasting Society marketplace. So how can I convert someone who's already invested to become a regular? That's my goal. I want regulars. I don't want people to come in and just spend money, because businesses don't make money off of one person who visits once. There's not enough one visit people to go around to make money.
You make money off of people like me.
You have to have regulars.
5 days a week.
You have to have people who enjoy what you do, who believe in what you do. And for us, you want a mug club, which is going to bring people back, to be a no fucking brainer. Like, people don't even think about it. Like, I have to join this mug club. In fact, not only do I have to join it, but it's stupid if I don't, because it's such a good deal.
Yeah.
So join the Tasting Society, get $15 off the mug club. Well, now it's only $50 for life. You never pay another dime. You get free beer, you get discounts, you get free barbecue. We do free barbecue for our mug club members once a month. You get the mug to take home, which if you bought it from Josh is probably a $30 mug anyway.
And then you also, which is what I love, is it's like an exchange system with the book. So like, you bring in a book, you take a book. It's
like a library. It's like Books and Brews is a library forever. So not only that, but now we're opening our second location in Zionsville in Boone Village. So the mug club memberships will transfer. So you can get the same mug club deals in Zionsville as you get in Indianapolis. And hopefully, if you believe in us enough, hopefully someday there'll be more locations. Wouldn't it be cool to like get on a plane and be like, you're in Washington, D.C., and there's a Books and Brews. It's like you roll in and you're a mug club member of Books and Brews. You can get the same deals in D.C. as you got in Indy.
Only if it's the same awesome? Atmosphere.
Yeah.
It'd have to be the same. It'd have to be the same, like, welcoming.
Yeah. If we ever, I'll tell you this. So I build all my own furniture, and I really believe with everything that I have that, like I started talking about this. My contractor didn't believe it. My realtor didn't believe it. Number one, family friendly. Like, families have to come. That's part of the laid back, chill atmosphere. It's not just heavy drinking, boozing, whatever. Like, we are there for people. That includes families.
Books and Brews is for people.
It's for people. Books and Brews is for people. It's not for lovers. Like, Detroit is for lovers.
Ohio is for lovers as well.
Is it? Well, fuck Ohio.
That's what Hawthorne Heights say.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Michigan, so.
Okay, well.
Sorry, Ohio.
Sorry to hear about
Even
that.
though I'm wearing a sort of Ohio State colors, I went to Michigan.
Ugh.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Boo. Ohio State, you suck.
Boo this man.
Anyway.
Sorry, Kamal. Shout out Kamal if you're watching this.
No.
She's a Books and Brews regular.
I know. I heard her talking about Ohio State the other day, and I was like,
yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
I thought maybe we could be friends, but no.
No, she's super awesome. She's super awesome. So anyway, the point is that if I ever franchise, like, it's gonna be like number one. You want to franchise Books and Brews? Get a chop saw. You're gonna learn how to build furniture. And that's it. Like, you're not just gonna be a super rich person. That's just if you have $1 million, go buy a Pizza Hut or a Jimmy John's. Not there's anything wrong with that. I buy Jimmy John's sometimes. It's fine. But if you want like an experience, if you want a personal touch, and if you want a place that is Books and Brews, it starts first with an investment of the owner's time.
And then I think you need to have them on the podcast, and everyone can vote as to whether or not they deserve it.
And people can, I do Nana Brew the podcast, and I do this because it's fun. I get some beers for free. That's cool. Unless I have a tab after this. Do I have a tab after this? Do I have to pay for this?
You want?
Did I bring?
You're gonna give me money.
I did not bring my wallet. I did not bring my wallet.
I'll give you money. I'll take your money if you want to give it to me.
I do the podcast, and I hang out around Books and Brews, and I talk to our customers. And the reason is because I want people to see like I'm just a dude like anybody else. Like I'm not a genius. I'm not some guy who has some like extraordinary skills like
you're
Liam
not.
Neeson from like, you know, I did not know how to build furniture when I started this. In fact, when I first started, I was starting to price out. I'm like, if I'm going to open a bar, these bar stools online are like $200. Who's going to pay $200 a bar stool? I was like, I wonder if I could build that. And that was the only thing that I had that was distilled in me from my family being entrepreneurs is anything that you can do, I can do. So
better. There
are people out there that are building bar stools. So therefore, I bet I can do that. You know? So I'm going to give it a shot. And my wife, Sarah, bless her heart. I love you, Sarah. Shout out. She was like, no, you're not. Like, I'm like, I'm going to buy a chop saw. She's like, no, you're not. Like, you are going to, like the whole, like, Christmas story, you'll shoot your eye out. She's like, you're going to cut your hand off. Like, you're going to cut a finger, like a fingertip, a nail, something's coming off. It's going to happen. So I started small, like, I built a little crate for the house, like a little, it was usable. And she's like, oh, not bad. Well, okay, continue building useful things. And it kind of, like, blossomed from there. But anyway, the point of that is, like, you show you're human. You're not Sam Walton, you're not Jeff Bezos, you're not these uber billionaires that just are basically making stuff happen by moving money, and not even really money, but just like numbers on a computer that represent money somewhere in Fort Knox or wherever.
It's like when you put your heart and like work into it, I feel like you probably care about it a lot more if you've like really invested not just money but like time and sweat,
energy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sweat equity. And people, it's impossible if you put yourself into a space like Zionsville right now. When we were talking about this in our podcast about how you're not going to love your job all the time. Like I've built 20 bar stools.
Passion is a lie.
And passion is a lie. Mm-hmm. Like it's not enough. Like passion's not enough. You have to really care about what you're doing and the mission that you're on and the philosophy that you have. And you have to have first of all, you have to have a philosophy and a mission. And to care about it enough to push through where you really hate what you're doing. Yeah, like I'm so sick of fucking bar stools and tables and whatever, but I really believe in this mission, which is investing myself into the store. And once I invest myself into that space in the store, like it's impossible for that space to not reflect who I am.
Yeah.
You know, I've built everything. I've put myself into every inch of that space. So when you come in there, you get an idea of who I am and what we represent. And it's not just like, hey, here's Pottery Barn with a bunch of expensive fucking furniture. Please.
From like China or
something.
I
hope you got a high credit limit on your card because you're about to get, you know, whatever.
It's just like, yeah.
Too far. I stopped myself. Mom, you're proud of me. Proud of you, Mom. Shout out, Mom.
What's your mom's name?
Mom's name is Leslie.
Leslie.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out, Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. Anyway, so, well, hey, thanks for coming on the podcast. I'm always on your podcast. And
Four Timer Club?
I'm like the only one in the Four Timer Club.
Oh, I think Brad, my bandmate Brad's been on 4 times. So
no, I don't think so. You said I was the only one.
Okay. Yes, you're the only one.
That's what all the guys say.
Oh, snap.
Anyways.
When I come to the club, step aside. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Like Ukulele's preview there.
Yeah, you guys, oh, man. I'm so glad you guys came out to Anderson.
It's my favorite Fergie song. Oh, yeah, Anderson was a blast.
You have a favorite Fergie song?
Yeah, London Bridge. I mean, Fergalicious is good, but London Bridge.
I don't peg you for a Fergie fan, but
well,
anyway,
I am.
Who's
not a Fergie fan? How can you? She's got a voice like an angel.
Oh, does she? Okay. Anyways, so thank you so much for coming on. I'm
You're
Sarah
welcome.
from Indiana on Tap.
Shout out. I'm Jason from Books and Brews.
Nice.
They call me the Funky Boss, aka MC Pickles.
MC Pickles. All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. Cheers.
I got more rhymes than the one that's got family.
What?
I keep going. No need to sweat a the games and type of fame. No shame in my game because I always play the same.
I know. I was like, could you leave that in?